Hey ho guys and gals, and hello my friends. This is your host Joe, Life with Yosef. It is the 3rd of August of 2026, and I am now going to formally introduce the e-bike I've had for about 14 or 15 months now. This is a Walkee H7, and I'm gonna now show the three clips. So when I had it assembled last year, and I'll chat more about the bike, why the bike, and what my plans are for the bike. So we'll see what's next. Hey there guys and gals, and hello my friends. This is your host Joe. The noise in the background is a generator on Jolene running the AC because it's about 106 down here in Peoria, Maricopa County, Arizona. And I didn't even mention any of this, but I bought an e-bike. And Adam here assembled it, and he's out testing it right now. I forgot the keys, to leave him the keys. So I'm going to film him right now, so hold on. Here's Adam putting it, I named it toe cutter. So he's putting toe cutter through the run through. Well, the brand is a Walkee. And I watch a guy, I've talked about Marc, the other me, one of the hosts that channel hosts that I watch. He's in Vegas, and he's been putting a number of these e-bikes through their paces. And on this one, though they sent it to him as a tester, okay, but I trust this guy, and he seems to be upfront, and he has a 45-minute ride test that I'll link to. And he liked it. He said it's maybe not the perfect. Nothing ever is when you buy it, but it holds 400 pounds. It's got dual motors and a big battery, and he was pretty high on it. So I went ahead and bought one. I had it delivered to Bullhead City, and the box said you couldn't flat ship it. So I had to take it out of the box, and the lesson is, do not use a buck knife to cut zip ties when you're near a tire. So when I stabbed the tire and I heard the tire deflate, that's about how my spirit deflated at the same time. So long story short, I got down here Saturday and I called this guy, Adam. And then Sunday I drove out with everything, and I asked him, well, why don't you just assemble this? And they were closed yesterday. It's Tuesday, and I'm out here now, and he's out for the test ride, and we're going to talk about this. So he's out here somewhere riding it, and my God, we'll see what's next. I've had this for over a year, and it's embarrassing that I just haven't done anything with it. Well, maybe a month ago, I went ahead and pumped up the tires, charged up the battery, washed all the bird shit off, and I rode it around hold on. Well, I had to sit down in the shade. But you're probably asking yourself a number of questions, like, you bought it over a year ago and you just let it sit in the backyard and let the pigeons shit on it? And the answer is yes. That's exactly what I did, because I'm a fucking idiot. Now, one of the things about this Walkee H7 is it'll hold 400 or 500 pounds. Now, I'm losing weight, and I'm at the lower spectrum of 300, but I still weigh way too much. And he had said that for larger guys, this is really a good buy. It's got two-wheel drive. It's got two separate motors. Motor for the front wheel and a motor for the back. And it's got this giant battery. So he spoke really highly of it, and I have seen where, when you're new riding this, you definitely don't want to use all-wheel drive. Probably the rear-wheel drive is more than fine. especially for riding around, trails and, paved paths and stuff like that. So you might be asking yourself, okay, well, this looks like it's a pretty good gig, but why do you have one? I got to thinking, Charlie and Sis hadn't come up, and I didn't feel well. They went to Davis camp, and so they brought their bicycles, and I thought, I'd like to be able to do this with them. And I'd like to be able to go out to Davis camp in the winter and, ride the bicycle trails and stuff. And then I got to thinking, like up here, I want to go into Kingman, and I want to run some film of downtown in the courthouse and stuff. And instead of having to fight Jolene, to park Jolene and get in and out of Jolene, I could just park Jolene somewhere, take the bike off the cutter, and ride it around. I have Dude with me. I could, I bring a little water and something for him, and by God, we'll be good to go. And I also thought about that in Carson City if I ever make it up that way, or in Elko, or in any of these towns, Ely, any of these towns that I want to stop in, instead of dragging around a Jolene, I could park and I could ride around town on the e-bike. I thought that was a great idea. Ergo, I bought one. It's got an electric dash right here, which I think is way sharp. It's maybe the size of a small phone. You can see the speedometer. You can see it's got 5 speeds. And the little bicycle figure on the lower left shows what your drive wheel or wheels are, and here it's just a rear wheel. And then it's got the odometer, and then it's got a trip meter and stuff like that too. Here are the controls. The plus and the minus is your shift. And then on the right, you see the headlight and the tail light. I assume it has a brake light as well, but I'm going to need to have help to check that. And the little eye for information scrolls through the options on the odometer, the trip meter and such. Now you're going to see here that I have a new DJI Pocket 3 that I bought. Never mind why, just Joe idiocy. Anyway, instead of sending it back, I decided, let's just use this as my camera for riding the cutter. I didn't realize it had a horn, so I had bought a horn, and it has a horn right here too. So there you go. Helmet, gloves, microphone. Little struggle with the microphone, I guess. Come on. There you go. All right, let's take it for a spin. I got Dude's in the basket. I have him strapped in. He seems to be okay, so we're gonna give it a go. How's he doing? Okay?
Really good. Yeah.
Good. Thank you, my friends.
Thank you. Have a great day.
I only had it in rear-wheel drive, and I just did not have the horsepower to continue up the hill. And I I didn't know how to put it in two-wheel drive. I have it in two-wheel drive now that I'm back to camp. So I turned around and I'm kind of riding back down the hill. You could see that the road footage is kind of a bit rough, and just for a second as the anti-vibration software takes over for just a sec. So I went ahead and killed the mic. I ramble endlessly, so we'll just have a little music here. About 2 minutes until I pull back into camp, and I'll film the close. Well, we're back in camp. We're going to film the close of our first inaugural ride on the e-bike, on the cutter. I like it. Oh, this is just going to be an awesome, awesome purchase. Dude handled himself well. He sat down. I had him unsecured. And he didn't whine, he didn't bark. He just sat there and enjoyed his day. So I figured out how to put it in two-wheel drive, because it looks like going up some of these little hills, I need more oomph for my big fat ass to get up the hill. So we're going to try some of this, maybe today, maybe, hell, I'm going to be here for a while, so I'm going to try it and see how it is in two-wheel drive. I just have to be judicious with the throttle, that's all. So I could see this as being a very fruitful purchase. So we're going to close. This is, as always, your host, Joe, Life with Yosef, with my co-host, Dude, taking our inaugural ride on the cutter. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Enjoy your day. Peace be with you. May Freya, in her infinite wisdom, show you favor on the hunt now and in the afterlife. I'll save you the rest of the spiel, and we'll see you for the next one.